Okay, hello everyone. The intention of this short video is to help you a bit to solve this activity, your first activity in Photoshop. Okay, so it is your homework, any case, to read carefully the description of this activity as it is posted in Blackboard. Okay, so please read it carefully as I'm saying. Okay, here remember you have 5 links to solve any issue that may arise when you're working at Photoshop. Okay, also it's super important that you consider your first picture, original picture. Remember that it should be a picture of yourselves standing in a classroom. Okay, of course doesn't need to be necessarily in our classroom, but in any classroom of the campus. Okay, and also here you have a rubric, okay, where it says what are the requirements to fulfill in each of the files that you will be delivering for this activity. That are, as you may see here, 4 different files. Okay, and each one has different punctuation. Okay, so let's start working as fast as possible. Here I will start with the original file. Okay, that this is your picture as it was taken in a classroom. Okay, the original picture. Everything will be saved in this folder. Okay, A2 underscore A and your ID number. Okay, so for that I recommend you to create this folder A2 underscore your ID number, and inside of it save the empty stage that you can find at Blackboard and your original picture. Okay, then let's move to Photoshop. Here we're going to open this original picture. Okay, so I go to my folder, locate this original picture, and the first task is to remove the background. Okay, for that you're going to click the first option of this tools menu. Okay, I mean the third option. Keep it clicked till the 3 options appear of the 3 different tools, and choose the last one, the magnetic lasso tool. Then keeping the button clicked, okay, you're going to pass by all the contour of yourselves. Okay, check it and try to do your best. I mean, I will move as fast as possible in this tutorial because I'm not planning to spend a lot of time, okay, on it. But any case, we'll see how to correct those weird movements that are appearing here. Okay, as I am kind of cutting my foot and that. Okay, it doesn't matter. At a certain moment we can correct those errors on the selection. Okay, so I keep going till I get the first point. Okay, the point where I started. See the difference, see how the tool changes. Okay, the cursor changes, and there you leave the mouse or the clicking, you leave it free. Okay, you finish basically the selection. So this is it. Okay, when the lines start like moving, this means that this is your selection. Okay, well, in the case that you selected something wrong, just hit escape key and it will be saved. Okay, but then here what we're going to do is apply this mask layer. Okay, add a mask. See what happens. Okay, all the background is gone. Now if I want to show a part of my picture that by mistake was erased, okay, what we can do is simply use the brush tool, and here we're going to select the size of the brush that you want to apply. Okay, here I'm going to make it 20 pixels. Well, maybe 30 pixels would be fine for great areas. Okay, for big areas like this one. And what I want to appear to show up from the background, I'm going to color it on white. Okay, check it like here on white color. Okay, the 4 color should be white, so that when I start painting, okay, the image recovers or it reappears as it was. Okay, the original picture. So check, you can recover details that by mistake you erased. Okay, basically, so it is as that. If there are some other parts that I would really need to erase because by mistake I didn't do that, okay, what I'm going to do is now paint but in black, okay, so you can switch the colors here, paint in black, and you can also do a zoom here in order to make this painting faster and better, okay, that with Control plus, okay, Control plus again, and C. Okay, now we can change the size of the brush to make it maybe 20 pixels, I mean smaller, okay, and start painting here, okay, with all your care and that, okay. I've erased now part of my arm, okay, but there I go, kinda, okay. Of course, I'm saying the intention of this tutorial is to move as fast as possible, but you're supposed to make it carefully. Okay, the other way, you can decrease even the size of the brush to erase the small details like this. Okay, that's even better, right? Over here, same thing. Okay, so then once that you're done, you're going to save this image, okay, and you're going to name it Paper Doll, okay. So let's say that I'm done there, okay, and I'm going to say File, Save As. No, sorry, I did revert. File, Save As. You can always undo like in any normal program. And we're going to save it as Paper Doll with your ID number. Paper Doll, your ID number, but this file should be a PNG file, okay, according to the instructions. Paper Doll PNG. So you select PNG here and save it inside of your folder. Okay, say save and say okay, fine. And we can close the original and just leave open the Paper Doll. This is the one that we will be playing with. Okay, fine. Then we're going to open here, we're going to open the backstage, okay, the empty stage here, and basically we're going to select it all. You can do that also with the marquee tool, check it, okay, just drag and drop here a rectangle over the entire area, or simply hit Control key and click this layer, okay, and it should do the same effect. If you want to deselect, you can go to Edit and say, let me show you, no, there's not the option here. Oh, here, sorry, at select menu, and you say deselect, okay, that helps. If you have done a mess here with the magnetic tool and you have done something like this awfully, okay, you can hit escape and that selection is done, okay. So, well, the point that I wanted to get is we're going to modify this layer, guys, okay, but for that you need to take out this lock, okay, by clicking it. We're taking it out, and then we select the entire area and we will go to Image, Adjustments, and we're going to change the brightness and contrast to make it darker, okay. You can play a bit also with the contrast and see what happens, okay. I'm going to leave it like this, for example, and say okay. And then we're going to play also with the hue and saturation, okay, and you should change the color of the curtains, okay. So for example, I'm going to leave it like this in yellow, okay, bright yellow. You can increase the saturation of color to make it even like more vivid, okay, and you say okay as soon as you're happy with it, okay, fine. So this is the empty stage, okay, and we're going to save it. Once that you have done all the changes, you save. So you do this by going to File, Save, or Control S or Command S, okay. That is with the empty stage. The original extension was, just let me check the way that the rubric asks for it. It is JPEG, so we leave it like JPEG, okay, as this one, and we're going to say save, okay. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Okay, so fine, we're done with it. Now you are asked, okay, let me just make sure, we are still on the same file, but it appears that we haven't saved. Okay, whenever you have an asterisk, it means that you haven't saved. But let me check if in the file we already have it saved. Yeah, it says that. Okay, so we can close this one, say that you don't want to save, and open the other one. Okay, the one that is already changed. Okay, fine. So then we are ready to create our new file. Okay, check it. You are asked here to create a new Photoshop file, making sure that the canvas has these measurements, okay, these sizes of 1024 pixels times 820, okay, and 72 dots per inch or pixels per inch. Okay, so for that we're going to say file new, okay, and on the size we're going to include this size, 1024 in width times 820 in height. Okay, make sure that the resolution is 72 pixels per inch and the color mode is red, green, blue. Okay, this one, and we say create. Okay, so the file is done. Now what we're going to do is we take out the lock, okay, and we're going to copy paste this empty stage, okay, into our new file. Okay, but for that, please make sure that your size of the image is adjusted, because it is greater than the new file that we have just created. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this one, and we're going to make it like 1024 25, let's say, times 820, and we say okay, right? Then you select it all, okay, and you can simply do a copy paste movement. So I'm going to say simply command copy or edit copy, however you prefer. Go to the untitled, the one that we have just created, click on this layer and hit command V, command paste or edit paste. Okay, and there we have the layer. If you check, we left another layer, it appears in white. Okay, you can rearrange it in the way that you prefer. Okay, and you can even name your layers, as this is my background, for example, background layer. I double click and I start typing. Okay, then this other will be I will take this out, I will remove it totally, and I will create a new layer, okay, that is transparent. I removed the other one because it had color, okay, and we don't want to work with layers that are colored. We want transparent layers. Okay, so in this other layer, what we're going to do is copy paste, guess what, the paper doll. Okay, so you can simply again select it super fast, okay, tracing kind of a rectangle. It doesn't matter if it is a rectangle because the background is transparent, right? So we're going to say copy and then go to the untitled, the new file, select the new layer and hit paste. Okay, there. And then we go to edit and choose transform scale. Okay, so that it shows these guides that allows us to decrease the size of the image, okay, and leave it to the size that it fits better for you, the backstage. Okay, so for example, leave it like that, hit intro once that you're done. Okay, and you're ready, right? Now we're going to create another layer, and if you read carefully the instructions of this activity, it says that, well, we're going to save this Photoshop file as actor underscore your ID number, but in Photoshop format, PSD. Okay, so I can simply say file, save as. This will be my actor underscore A01721234.psd. Okay, make sure that you're in the same folder. Say save, simply. Okay. And then, okay, you are supposed to include 1, 2, 3, and 4 layers more, okay, to include a costume for your torso, another costume for the legs. Paste something on the head, like a hat or a crown or whatever, okay? And then another layer to paste an accessory. So I'm not planning to do this in this tutorial, okay? but I'm planning to just maybe copy paste just the costume, okay, one layer. So I can say open, but you're supposed to find all this stuff that I just mentioned, okay? So for example, in my case, let me check, because I already had a costume here to use somewhere. Okay, so let's say that it's this one, Maleficent. Okay, so here you're going to basically, guys, repeat the entire process. Okay, select everything that you want to paste into your new file. Okay, so I'm going to select it all. Maybe I will have 4 feet, but well, then we can take out a pair of it. Okay, so there it goes, super fast. Then I select it all and I finish here. Okay, there I say command copy, I return to my actor file and I hit my new layer and click paste. If you don't hit the new layer, you are running the risk to be in another layer and paste everything there. That is something we don't want to happen. Okay, check it. If I was in the other layer by mistake and I hit paste, well, in this case it worked, but not all the cases. Okay, so be careful. It's better here that you first select the layer where you want to work with. Okay, so here I'm going to delete this other, and now we can adjust the size of this costume, okay, by going to edit. Again, it is transform, scale, okay, and you move from the corners to leave something that adjusts your paper doll. Okay, so basically it's kind of this. Okay, if you want to freely move it, you can hit the control key and you can move it freely, your drawing over there. Okay, let's say that I'm happy with it. Okay, and I hit then intro. Then this is it. Okay, you will be working with 4 layers here, remember, over the paper doll. So okay, each for something, a custom for the torso, another for the legs, another for the head, and an accessory. Okay, remember that you should need to include all these layers because they are part of the rubric. Okay, so super careful. Once that you're done, you save it. Okay, you simply save. And let me tell you, how are you supposed to submit your work in Blackboard? Okay, you should have all these files inside of your folder. Okay, check it. I will check that you have original picture over there, you have paper doll over there, that you have empty stage and actor PSD, empty stage and actor PSD. So in total they are 4 files. Okay, super careful here. Then to submit your work, you're going to right click the folder and use the option send to compressed. Okay, in a Mac computer, this option of compressed is shown over this menu. Okay, when you right click the shape, so you say compress. Okay, see what happens. I already had one other file compressed, sorry, my mistake, so I will delete. The new one that we have just created is this one. Okay, this file that appears with a little zipper, this is the one that you would send by Blackboard, please. Okay, well, hope this tutorial helped you guys. Okay, any other case, please look for me to, in order to have more help, let's say extra help in the case that you really need it. I will be available at my office 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, and be patient. We're just starting Photoshop, so enjoy it. Okay, don't stress, try not to. Okay, be happy, finish your homework, and well, I see you in class. Thanks for your attention. Bye bye.